Elder Wang Lin, bound to a wicked system, a mischievous Sect Destruction System that demands he sabotage his own home to gain power. Destined to destroy the very sect that raised him. 5 attempts. 0 success. Now forced to take a disciple, Wang Lin hatches a wicked plan: raise them, betray them, bury them. Because in Qinglan Sect, survival belongs to the shameless. Welcome to Qinglan Sect. Hope you live long enough to regret it. The story begins with a grand ceremony for new disciples joining the sect. A huge crowd of disciples had gathered in the main courtyard, where the Sect Master stood before them. Clearing his throat, he addressed the assembly. Ahem! I'll keep this brief. Honored elders, dear disciples. In the crowd, one disciple whispered to another, The Sect Leader's speeches are always so amazing. But another disciple scoffed. He says the same thing every year. I'm already getting sleepy, the Sect Master continued. For 3 consecutive years, our Qinglan Sect has been honored as the people's favorite sect by the Wanjian Alliance. Next Suddenly, a deafening explosion shook the courtyard. Startled disciples shouted, What the heck? Did the Sect Leader explode? No! It's an assassin! Someone's trying to assassinate the Sect Leader! Immediately, all the elders joined forces and activated the 9 Dragons Departure Dream Formation. One elder announced, The Grand Formation is intact. It's not an external invasion. Another elder added, The Demon Suppressing Tower remains untouched. No demonic beasts have escaped. The Sect Master had fallen unconscious from the attack, though thankfully, his injuries weren't severe. An elder examined him and said, There's no demonic energy in his body. Another elder commanded, The assassin is still inside the sect. Search every corner, leave nothing unchecked. This is the 5th assassination attempt this month. We must catch them this time. Elsewhere, 2 disciples heard a rustling sound coming from behind the bushes. Cautiously, they turned and lunged toward the sound, shouting, Cunning villain! Trying to sneak away unnoticed? Capturing the assassin will earn us great merit. But as they looked closely at the face of the man they'd caught, their expressions froze. The person they had ambushed looked a little startled, dressed entirely in black and holding a dagger. But as his face became visible, the disciples' expressions shifted to shock and awkwardness. Greetings, Elder Wang Lin. We didn't know you were here. Our apologies for disturbing you. Bowing respectfully, they quickly turned to leave. As they did, one of them whispered to the other, loud enough for Wang Lin to overhear. Elder Wang Lin's clothes, his weapons, and even explosives. Could he possibly be the assassin? Don't be ridiculous, the other snapped. Why not accuse the sect leader of being a traitor while you're at it? Elder Wang Lin's parents sacrificed their lives for this sect, and he even gave up his path to immortality for his junior sister. How dare you suspect such a loyal and heroic man? I was being paranoid. You're right. I'm sorry. Behind the bushes, Wang Lin let out a long sigh of relief. Phew, good thing I was quick on my feet and managed to fool those law enforcement disciples. Then, his system's voice rang out in his head. Detection. Host's assassination attempt on the sect leader has failed. The Qinglan Sect's strength remains intact. No rewards will be granted. Enraged, Wang Lin grabbed the slime-like system spirit and shook it violently. You useless thing! That bomb you gave me wasn't even as strong as a fart. The system snapped back. If you're weak, practice more. How the hell am I supposed to practice? Other protagonists get cheat systems that make them stronger while idling, or divine powers just for signing in somewhere. Why did I get stuck with this trash system? Sect Destruction System, the system replied smugly. I told you, as long as Qinglan Sect's strength weakens, you'll grow stronger. And if the sect is destroyed, you'll become invincible. Right, but I've been stirring up trouble for 3 years now. Why is Qinglan Sect still the #1 sect in the world? And what kind of bizarre rule is this? Weaken the sect to strengthen yourself? Just then, a disciple appeared behind Wang Lin and said politely, Elder Wang, the sect leader is asking for you. Wang Lin's face darkened. Crap! Did old Deng find out? This is your fault, the system quickly retorted. Don't blame me. If you can't handle losing, don't play the game. Wang Lin had no choice but to head over to the main hall. An elder announced, Sect Leader, Elder Wang Lin has arrived. As Wang Lin stepped in, the Sect Master greeted him. Elder Wang, here's the roster of new disciples. See if there's anyone you'd like to take under your wing. Just as Wang Lin was about to respond, the system jabbed him with its spiky tail. Ack! I refuse! Wang Lin blurted out instinctively. The Sect Master looked a little startled. Gasp! It's just taking on a disciple. No need for such an extreme reaction, right? Elder Wang, is there a problem? The system warned. Actively strengthening Qinglan Sect will result in punishment. Direct annihilation, you know. Wang Lin stammered. No. It's just. I'm only at the nascent soul stage. I'm afraid I'd misguide the disciples. The Sect Master chuckled. Elder Wang, don't underestimate yourself. In this world, a nascent soul cultivator can establish their own sect and become a renowned patriarch. Wang Lin shoved the system aside and said, My cultivation was forcibly raised through pills, forming a false nascent soul. Teaching disciples would only bring shame to the sect. Just then, a soft female voice came from behind the curtain. Senior brother. A hand gently rested on the Sect Master's shoulder. Wang Lin's ears perked up. Wait, a woman's voice? What was that sound? He asked. The Sect Master waved him off. Don't interrupt. My decision is final. Go select a disciple, quickly. Understood. Wang Lin bowed and turned to leave. From behind the curtain, a woman with a white cloth covering her eyes emerged. Her name was Anren. She said softly, If it weren't for me, Senior brother wouldn't be stuck with a false nascent soul, losing his path to immortality. The Sect Master sighed. You don't need to blame yourself. It's fate playing its tricks. I just want Wang Lin to take on a disciple. It might help him move past this shadow. Anren lowered her head. Senior brother is a proud man. For him to willingly expose his scars like this, he must be in great pain. Outside, Wang Lin grumbled to his system. I'm sure I heard a woman's voice in there. Didn't expect old Deng, the sect leader, to still be lively at his age. Maybe I should buy him a vigor-enhancing pill and get him to let me off the hook for this disciple nonsense. Not taking a disciple equals disrespecting the sect leader. Taking a disciple equals strengthening the sect equals violating the system equals death. That won't work. But wait, taking a disciple doesn't mean I have to teach them well. Problem solved instantly. The system caught on. You mean? Wang Lin smirked. I'll give the disciple rare treasures, send them into danger, and let someone else kill them and take their loot. That'll weaken Qinglan Sect indirectly and complete both missions. The system chuckled. Are you secretly a genius? Wang Lin was walking away, laughing like a madman. From behind, the Sect Master and Anren quietly watched him go. Anren sighed softly. Senior brother must be overwhelmed with joy after so much sorrow. How heartbreaking. Later that night, in Xuanxian town, at the foot of Qinglan Mountain, Wang Lin strolled through the streets, noticing how lively and festive the atmosphere was. Bright decorations hung everywhere. Feeling a little curious, he stopped a passerby. Hey there, young man, what's all this commotion about? The man wrinkled his nose in disdain. Where did this smelly outsider come from? Without a word, Wang Lin flashed a spiritual stone in his palm. The man's eyes immediately gleamed with greed. Ah, sir! Tonight is a grand event. Our town mayor, Master Qian, is taking a new concubine. Naturally, it's a huge celebration. Wang Lin pressed for more details. The man shrugged. I'm just a servant, I don't know much, but I heard the bride was bought from a neighboring county. Her surname's Kong, and well, she's apparently a fool. A fool? Wang Lin thought. This seems odd. Just then, a loud voice echoed through the streets. The auspicious hour has arrived. Wang Lin turned toward the sound. a decorated bridal palanquin was being carried through the street. As it passed, Wang Lin happened to catch a glimpse inside. Inside the palanquin sat a stunningly beautiful bride. The moment their eyes met, Wang Lin fell silent. The bride's gaze lingered on him for a second before the palanquin moved on. His system's voice sounded in his head. "What's this? Feeling jealous now? Didn't take you for such a scoundrel." Wang Lin scowled. "No, it's not that." Just then, a leaf drifted into his hand. Wang Lin examined it, his eyes narrowing. The system was visibly startled. Wang Lin muttered, "Her fate palace is dark. Her luck and destiny are in conflict. This year's omens clash with the year of Tai Sui. With her destiny, the Qian family won't be able to handle it. What should have been a joyful event might turn into a funeral." He paused, a sinister grin creeping across his face. "However, someone with such cursed fate, if brought into the sect, ha ha, my mission would be complete." A little while later, the Qian estate. Inside, a servant loudly announced the arrival of each family's wedding gifts. Wang Lin approached that servant and handed him a red envelope. The curious servant looked around, making sure no one was watching, and quickly opened it, only to find it empty, with a note inside that read, "Too slow. All the red envelopes are gone." Fuming, the servant slipped away. Meanwhile, Wang Lin entered the main hall where the wedding ceremony was underway. The bride and groom sat together, surrounded by guests. Wang Lin sneered. "Ordinary mortals, trapped by lust and desire. How pitiful!" Then, his expression shifted. From the bride's body, he sensed a strange, ominous energy. At that moment, murmuring spread through the crowd. "What's this? The memorial tablets of Master Qian's ancestors have fallen over. Is it a sign of blessings from the ancestors? Protecting their descendants? No, why do I feel like the ancestors are rejecting this marriage?" "Silence!" someone barked, trying to calm the room. As the couple prepared to bow to each other in respect, the groom happened to lift the bride's veil, only to see that her face was nothing but a paper figure. He shrieked in terror, and in moments, the entire hall descended into chaos. People screamed and bolted for the doors, but a formation had already sealed the exits. No one could get out. Panic thickened the air. Just then, a calm, sinister voice spoke. "This room has already been sealed. Stop wasting your strength." A man emerged from the shadows, speaking coldly. "From my perspective, there's still a sliver of hope for you all. That paper figure is a newly formed evil spirit. It's here to feed on fresh blood. If you sacrifice one person, it'll be satisfied and leave." The guests recoiled in horror. "Sacrifice someone? You mean, one of us has to die?" someone shouted. "That's too cruel. I can't do it." The man snapped. "Can't you see the urgency? Hesitate any longer and the paper figure will kill everyone. Then we'll all be doomed." Someone pointed at an old man trembling in the corner. "Old Li. You're already 80. You don't have many years left anyway, right?" A son clutched his father's sleeve. "Dad, I don't want to die. If it comes to it. I'm sorry, but..." Another man grabbed his wife. "Swear, even if you lose a child, you can always have another. Let me go." Greed, fear, and ugliness surged through the crowd. Inwardly, the sinister man smirked. "Yes, let all the filth in your hearts erupt. The deeper your resentment, the stronger my 10,000 souls banner becomes." Suddenly, a calm voice cut through the madness. "A clear mind fears nothing." Wang Lin stepped forward. The arguing, terrified people froze, realizing what they'd almost done. One by one, they stammered. "Shuier, stop hitting me. I don't know what came over me. It felt like my head went hot and I lost control. I'm a parasite. How could I have said those things?" Another sobbed. I don't know what happened, please forgive me." Wang Lin stared coldly at the sinister man. Using forbidden magic to manipulate mortals at will is a violation of the laws governing immortals and mortals. Come with me and surrender yourself. The man's expression twisted with rage. Another brainless rogue cultivator with a death wish. He thrust his hand forward, unleashing a dangerous attack toward Wang Lin. A wave of dark energy burst forth, engulfing the area. As the dust settled, the man assumed Wang Lin was dead. He sneered and turned to leave. That man was the real evil cultivator. The paper figure was his doing. He vanished into the night. Some townsfolk gathered, staring in shock. They cried out. Flames erupted from your palm. You must be an immortal from Qinglan Sect, right? Thank you, immortal, for saving us. The shady man, now pretending to be righteous, straightened his back and declared proudly. That's right. I am indeed an immortal of Qinglan Sect. My master sent me down the mountain to punish evil and promote virtue. Before he could finish, Wang Lin placed a hand on his shoulder, grinning. Is that so? The man spun around in horror. What? How are you still alive? But before he could speak another word, Wang Lin unleashed a powerful thunderstrike upon him. The bolt struck with such force that the man let out a miserable scream and collapsed to the ground, writhing in pain. The watching townsfolk gasped. Why you? What did you do to the immortal lord? We're doomed. He's fallen. Now that paper figure will kill us all. Just then, the demonic bride lunged toward Wang Lin. Wang Lin glanced at her, annoyed. So noisy! A mere broken spirit, and it's scaring all of you this much? With a flick of his hand, another blast of thunder shot out, obliterating the evil spirit effortlessly. In an instant, Wang Lin sealed its lingering soul inside a formation. All right, he muttered. Time to check on my troublesome disciple. You lot better leave now. He kicked open the sealed door and strolled out. Meanwhile, the fake immortal, groaning, slowly pushed himself up. Hatred burned in his eyes. My 10,000 souls banner just needs the soul of someone born on a year, month, and day to reach perfection. You little brat, trying to ruin my plans? A sinister grin spread across his face. If I can harvest a mortal soul, a cultivator's soul is even better. And yours will be priceless. He summoned a dark, cursed flag, the 5-ghost spirit manipulation flag. You think some petty thunder technique makes you invincible? Ghosts fear thunder, sure, but ghost kings do not. Prepare to die. He waved the flag, unleashing a horde of ghastly spirits toward Wang Lin. But Wang Lin didn't even flinch. With a single sweep of his palm, thunder roared through the night, disintegrating every ghost in an instant. Their final shrieks echoed before fading into silence. The man's face turned ashen. He staggered back, his voice trembling. Why, you're not just a rogue cultivator. You're at the nascent soul stage? A short while later, back at Qinglan Sect. Wang Lin strolled up the mountain, grinning ear to ear, humming a tune, and half dancing as he went. Finally, after 3 whole years, I've got myself a disciple. Time to reap my system reward. Reaching his room, he pushed open the door, eagerly calling out, System reward I've come to collect. But the moment he took his first step inside, he tripped. Face planting onto the floor, Wang Lin groaned. How does a dignified nascent soul stage cultivator trip on flat ground? Ugh! I even got a nosebleed. A thick, eerie black mist filled the room. As he looked up, seated inside was the demonic bride. Wang Lin's expression tensed. There's something wrong with this house. A faint trickle of blood slid from his nose as he stared at the bride. He raised his hand, forming a seal. Spirits and demons, obey me! Suddenly, a strange blood-red mark surfaced on the bride's body. Wang Lin squinted at it. This mark, is this a curse? But after a closer look, realization dawned on him. Wait, it's the child abandoned by Heaven's seal. Ha! I refuse to believe I can't get close to you. Got it! Excited, he stood up, and instantly slipped again, landing flat on his back. The bride remained motionless, staring at him. Grimacing, Wang Lin reached into his robe, pulling out a candy. Stretching out his hand to her, he grinned. Eat my candy, and become my disciple! The next day, A young girl suddenly jolted awake. It was Xiao Yan, Wang Lin's second disciple, and a reincarnator. The moment she regained consciousness, her eyes lit up with joy. I've been reborn! This is incredible! In my past life, I joined Qinglan Sect during the Wanjian Alliance gathering. But now, I've returned to a year before that meeting. I still have time. I can find Master right away. Her expression darkened slightly. This time, I won't let Master die because of me again. Then she clenched her fists and growled to herself. And that idiot Kong Yun, always using her dissociative syndrome as an excuse to cling to Master, begging for hugs everywhere. Shameless! Disgusting! Scum! I even turned off the lights to avoid watching it. But this time, I joined the sect a whole year earlier. The advantage is mine. A smug smile spread across her face. I'll be the senior disciple now, and for an entire year, Master will be mine alone. Humph! Ha! 1 month later. Xiao Yan sat by the roadside like a beggar, looking completely ragged. People occasionally tossed her coins out of pity. I told you. I'm not a beggar, I'm... Master, where are you? Your yener is starving to death. A kindly old man approached her. Young one, I could take you as my disciple too. But Xiao Yan immediately shoved his face away. Get lost, you pervert. Scram, old deng. The old man sighed miserably. I just want a disciple too, boo-hoo. It's so hard for me. Xiao Yan huffed. I already told you. I have a master. At her words, a spark returned to the old man's eyes. I'm a void refining stage cultivator. If you join my sect, I can nurture you to great heights. But Xiao Yan found his words dull and uninteresting. The old man quickly added, You were born with severed meridians, unable to absorb qi, but I can use heavenly treasures to fix that and infuse qi into your body. Still, Xiao Yan shook her head firmly. The old man finally asked, Then, who is this master of yours? At that, Xiao Yan fell silent. Her gaze clouded over as memories from her previous life resurfaced. She remembered a group of people beating her mercilessly in a filthy alley, mocking her because she had no parents. When they finally left, she was left sobbing alone on the cold ground. Then, a hand reached out to her. It was Wang Lin, holding out a lollipop. You ate my lollipop. So now, you're my disciple. Xiao Yan had stared at him in disbelief, her wide eyes brimming with tears. That memory engraved itself in her heart. Snapping back to the present, Xiao Yan looked at the old man and whispered with a gentle smile. He's a good person, a beam of light that shone into my dark world. Just then, she spotted Wang Lin up ahead. Her face lit up with joy, her eyes sparkling as she shouted, Master! The old man gawked in shock. Xiao Yan sprinted toward Wang Lin. But at that moment, Wang Lin was focused elsewhere, speaking to someone. Come on, take it slow. Left foot first, then the right. He was carefully helping Kong Yun down from a carriage. When Xiao Yan saw her, her heart shattered. She couldn't believe it. How has Kong Yun already met Master? Tears stung her eyes as she rushed forward, grabbing Wang Lin's legs. Master! Please accept me as your disciple, she cried. Wang Lin looked down, a little awkward. Little girl, this isn't proper behavior. How about, you first tell us what makes you special? Perking up, Xiao Yan immediately launched into a dramatic self-introduction. Diligent and hardworking, soon to be the strongest female disciple of Qinglan Sect. Skilled with my hands, I can brew excellent medicines and even sell them to support the household. Elegant in public, beautiful and kind-hearted, always the center of attention wherever I go. An amazing cook too. I'll care for my master with nutritious meals every day. She took a deep breath, then grinned. I have so many talents, it would take days and nights to list them all, so let's not waste everyone's time. She turned and pointed at Kong Yun, who looked completely clueless and dazed. And what about her? Hearing this, Kong Yun suddenly burst into tears. Seeing this, Xiao Yan smirked inwardly. Hee hee, Seeing how clever and capable I am, Master will definitely pick me. But at that moment, Kong Yuan stretched lazily, raising her arms. In that instant, her talent was revealed, 2 astonishingly large assets. Wang Lin's jaw dropped. Blushing furiously, he coughed and looked away. Ahem. Qinglan Sect's overseer, the god of fairness, target god, but unfortunately. He sighed. I've already accepted her as my disciple. I can't go back on my word. I choose Kong Yuan. Xiao Yan's face turned to stone. With no choice left, she slumped down in defeat. The old man leaned in and whispered to Wang Lin. Ahem, while taking a disciple is your personal choice, may I ask, what's Kong Yuan's aptitude like? Wang Lin replied casually. We tested her on the way back to the sect. She only has mixed spiritual roots. The old man frowned. Mixed roots, and a damaged soul? A disciple like that might turn out to be a burden. Say, have you reconsidered? Would you like to take me as your disciple instead? Xiao Yan immediately jumped in, crossing her arms. Although you're short, and not exactly easy on the eyes, you're at least kind enough to speak up for me. That makes you a pretty good person in my book. Tears welled up in the old man's eyes. No need to say such things, sniff. Wang Lin chuckled. Taoist, are you crying because you're touched? Still hoping to win him over, Xiao Yan turned to Wang Lin eagerly. So, Master, choose me instead. You won't find a more obedient disciple anywhere else. She looked at him with pleading eyes, but Wang Lin's system immediately warned him not to reveal his mission, so he simply ignored her and waved to Kong Yuan. Let's go. Master, wait! Xiao Yan shouted angrily, her voice trembling. Have you lost your mind? Why are you sighing like that? Master, if you leave me behind, how am I supposed to live? But Wang Lin left her standing there. Behind her, the old man sighed dramatically. I gave my heart to the bright moon, yet the bright moon shines down on a ditch. Fine. You might as well take me as your master. I'll treat you better than he does. Xiao Yan clenched her fists. I've made up my mind. I'll join as an outer disciple, win the sect tournament, and make him beg me to become his disciple. Yes, that's the plan. She daydreamed about Wang Lin holding her hands, earnestly pleading. Please let me be your disciple. Xiao Yan burst into laughter at the thought. The old man looked at her awkwardly. Meanwhile, Central Continent, blessed land, Qinglan immortal traces. Long ago, the founder of Qinglan Sect had wandered these lands, gaining insights into the heavens and leaving behind a legacy that would one day become the most powerful sect in the Central Continent, the Qinglan Sect. As Wang Lin walked with Kong Yuan, he explained. Our Qinglan Sect is divided into 6 peaks. 6 peaks? Asked Kong Yuan. Wang Lin nodded and listed them. Sky Blade Peak, full of brutes. The whole lot combined can't muster half a brain. When one thinks, the whole family short-circuits. Then there's Jade Sword Peak. Their swords are elegant, but every disciple has 800 ulterior motives. Scheming bastards. Divine Mechanism Peak, all puppet masters and creepy doll makers. They even take custom commissions for life-sized figurines. Stay away. Medicine King Peak, experts in medicine. They've partnered with Divine Mechanism Peak to mass-produce aphrodisiac pills. Enough said. Then there's Spiritual Cuisine Peak. Their food's so bad, even stray dogs refuse to eat it. And Astrology Peak, full of con artists claiming to read fortunes. Not one real astrologer among them. Kong Yuan blinked. Then, Master, what about us? Wang Lin smirked. Naturally, we're the 7th peak, Little Per Peak. 7th. I thought there were only 6. Kong Yuan protested. Wang Lin flicked her forehead. Didn't your parents ever tell you? Like how everyone knows there are 4 heavenly kings, but in reality, there are 5. Common sense. Oh. I heard it under the bridge from old Master Yu, won't happen again. Wang Lin sighed. As the senior disciple of Little Per Peak, you must set an example. He handed her a book. This is the cultivation method left by the founder, the complete Qinglan Sutra. It's the foundational manual for our Qi condensation disciples. Study it carefully. Even if you mess up, it won't kill you. At worst, you'll hiccup for 2 days. I'm leaving now, take your time. What Wang Lin didn't know was Kong Yiyun couldn't read. A little while later, under a tree, Kong Yiyun sat staring blankly at the book. She had no idea what any of it said. Just then, a disciple named Zhang Ao from Yunsword Peak strolled over, laughing to himself. Hee hee. I heard Little Per Peak took in a fool as a disciple. Gotta see this for myself. Whoa, she's actually a beauty. Not bad at all. I might be able to use this to my advantage. He grinned slyly. Junior sister, looking at the manual? Can you understand it? Ha! Kong Yiyun looked up and said honestly. I don't get it. I can't read. Zhang Ao's grin widened. You know, cultivation's dangerous if done wrong. Let senior brother check your body for you, alright? He reached for her hand and started pulling her away. Elsewhere, a group of disciples was working the spiritual fields. One of them called out, Junior sister Xiao Yan, if you don't finish tending these fields, the elders are going to punish you. Another added, That's right, you've only just joined. Offending the elders won't end well for you. But Xiao Yan flung down her hoe. Forget farming. No way I'm doing this for the rest of my life. She grinned dreamily. Everyone at Little Per Peak is so talented, and Master is so handsome. I love it here. Hee hee. I even brought his favorite osmanthus cake. Skipping along happily, she turned a corner, and spotted Zhang Ao dragging Kong Yiyun away. Xiao Yan scowled. This time, I'll definitely become his disciple. Huh? Wait, isn't that the fool's senior sister? Zhang Ao was leading Kong Yiyun deep into the forest, leering as he spoke. Junior sister, anyone can see at a glance. Those overdeveloped chest muscles of yours must be blocking your meridians. Let senior brother help clear them for you. Xiao Yan was quietly tailing them through the undergrowth, watching in disgust. Using your grandfather's status as an elder as a shield, filthy scum. Ugh. This happened in my past life too. I remember. Master arrived at the critical moment and humiliated this bastard in front of everyone. That fool senior sister should suffer a little, trying to fight me for Master's attention, but now that I've reincarnated, what if I cause a butterfly effect and she actually gets hurt? She gritted her teeth. Forget it, I'd better check on her. Senior sister, hold on. Meanwhile, Zhang Ao dragged Kong Yiyun behind some bushes, sneering. You little trash-blooded wench. Don't refuse a toast only to drink a forfeit. Kong Yiyun trembled and stammered. Don't come any closer. But Zhang Ao started removing his robe, sticking his tongue out obscenely. My grandfather's Elder Zhang, having me take an interest in you is a blessing you couldn't earn in 10 lifetimes. Kong Yiyun shouted. And my master's an elder too. Ha! Zhang Ao scoffed. Just a nascent soul trash. I built my foundation in 10 years. I'll reach core formation within a century, and deity transformation in 300 years. By then, that so-called master of yours will be groveling to polish my boots. Suddenly, a rock slammed into the back of his head. You piece of filth. Xiao Yan stepped out, furious. How dare you insult my master? She quickly ran to help Kong Yiyun up, but Zhang Ao laughed darkly. Ha ha! I thought I'd caught one fine woman. But now it's buy one get one free with a lowly too. Get over here, both of you. Xiao Yan glared. Trash like you only waste the sect's air. Foolish senior sister, listen. In a second, you run and call master. But in a flash, Zhang Ao was suddenly right in front of her, grinning. Junior sister, what are you whispering about? Xiao Yan was startled by his speed. She swung a punch, but Zhang Ao easily dodged it, smirking. Too slow, too slow. You haven't even started cultivating Qi yet, and you think you can touch a foundation establishment cultivator? Xiao Yan threw a flurry of punches in desperation, but Zhang Ao easily sidestepped them all, laughing cruelly. Soon, Xiao Yan was battered, panting, her clothes torn, and her strength nearly spent. Zhang Ao drew his sword with a twisted grin. Impressive stamina for a junior. I wonder if you're this wild in bed. Sword command technique. He swung at her. Xiaoyan barely dodged, but her clothes ripped further. Exhausted, she gasped. Senior brother. I was wrong. Can we reconcile? Zhang Ao licked his lips. Now that's the right attitude. If you can't avoid it, you might as well enjoy it. He reached toward her throat. Xiaoyan, playing along, asked. But could you at least let my senior sister go? She's not bright, just a fool. No way. Zhang Ao snarled. I've never had a pair of sisters before, don't ruin this for me. But at that moment, Xiaoyan suddenly kneed him between the legs. Run, fool senior sister! Zhang Ao howled, but grabbed her ankle before she could flee. You little wench, how dare you trick me! He lifted her by the throat. Xiaoyan rasped. My master, he'll never let you live. Zhang Ao cackled. Wang Lin! That trash? I'll ruin both of you right in front of him, make you mine. I'll hang a green hat on his head for life. Xiaoyan's voice quivered. I'm sorry. Master. I broke my promise. And then, a sinister black aura erupted from her. Her pupils turned pitch black, an oppressive killing intent suffocating the air. Zhang Ao's smug grin shattered. What is this? That terrifying pressure. What the hell are you? A narrator's voice rang out. In ancient times, those with severed meridians possessed a hidden lineage, the celestial spirit roots. Absorbing the power of the stars, they held the heavens within, with infinite spiritual energy, making them invincible. But as spiritual energy declined, those severed from heaven and earth's flows saw their lineage degrade. The moment a severed meridian awakens, it devours energy uncontrollably, and if there's not enough, it devours the wielder themselves. Yet before that, a severed meridian cultivator can cross realms with ease, slaughtering cultivators far beyond their level. A mere mortal could crush nascent soul experts as easily as plucking a flower. Seeing her terrifying aura, Zhang Ao broke into a cold sweat. Demon, monster, beast, what are you? But Xiaoyan didn't bother answering. She stepped forward with a chilling grin. I'm the one who's going to kill you! Xiaoyan landed a fierce punch squarely on Zhang Ao's face, slamming him hard into the ground. This one's for insulting my master! This one's for harassing my senior sister! And this one... She clenched her fist, her eyes glinting with fury. Forget it, I don't feel like counting anymore. I'll just beat you to death! Zhang Ao was terrified now, scrambling back, but Xiaoyan wasn't about to let him off easy. She pounced on him, raining down blow after blow, fury and tears mingling in her eyes. In my past life, Master was the one who forbade me from using this move, so technically, this doesn't count as breaking my promise, right? Just then, a powerful force intercepted her fist. An elderly man in ornate elder robes appeared, Zhang Feng, an elder of the sect. Brat, you must have a death wish, daring to lay a hand on my grandson. Zhang Ao scrambled behind his grandfather, laughing maniacally. Ha! You little bitch! Why don't you obediently kneel and apologize? Maybe I'll let you live. But Xiaoyan wasn't moved. She dashed forward, murderous intent surging. Just a deity transformation cultivator? In my past life, I slaughtered countless like you. Die. But just as she lunged, memories of her past life flashed through her mind. She remembered Wang Lin's words as he taught her. If the day comes when you're forced to activate your severed meridians, you must first disperse your cultivation. Even in life or death situations, you want me to suppress my strength? Master, you're so stubborn. Ah. He cut her off, serious. Severed meridians will frantically devour spiritual energy. Before it overwhelms you, use it to rebuild your dantian and foundation. You'll buy yourself double the time. Xiaoyan sighed internally. Idiot, at that moment Master will appear to protect you. Before she could finish her thought, Zhang Feng's palm struck her down, sending her crashing into the ground. Even if you unseal your severed meridians, You're still a mortal trying to challenge a deity transformation cultivator? Laughable. Like a frog at the bottom of a well gazing up at the heavens. At those words, a fierce, burning rage ignited in Xiao Yan's heart. And with it, she broke through the Foundation establishment realm mid-battle. Zhang Feng chuckled coldly. Breaking through during combat? What is this, some third-rate novel? Do you fancy yourself the protagonist? But his grin froze as Xiao Yan's aura surged again, breaking through into core formation. Now real fear crept into Zhang Feng's eyes as Xiao Yan kept advancing, each step exuding overwhelming pressure. Even if it's a pseudo-realm, jumping 4 stages into deity transformation in one go, your talent is monstrous. Join me. Pledge allegiance, and I'll grant you treasures to stabilize your condition. But Xiao Yan's fury only deepened. Zhang Ao chimed in desperately. I'm an elder of Jade Sword Peak. Taking you as my disciple would be a great honor. Xiao Yan spat coldly. Talk all you like, weaklings. My only master is Wang Lin. Zhang Feng's face twisted in fury. That joke of a cultivator? Barely struggling his way to nascent soul stage? Even the stray dogs of Jade Sword Peak could flatten him. Just then, the sky behind him darkened. A pair of crimson eyes opened in the heavens, and then descended, her killing intent suffocating. Insulting my master! Zhang Feng, you old dog, you're courting death. She surged forward, power erupting, but the Sect Master quickly appeared, intercepting her. Calm down, Anren. If you act recklessly, it'll cause huge trouble. Xiao Yan, seeing this, coldly placed her sword at the Sect Master's throat. Out of respect, I'll call you Martial Uncle and Sect Master. But if you dare interfere, you won't leave this place alive. The Sect Master raised a hand to placate her. Why the aggression, Xiao Yan? Do you doubt your master Wang Lin? Leave his matters to him. Hearing that, Anren reluctantly stood down, though her gaze remained sharp. Back on the battlefield, Zhang Feng was easily fending off Xiao Yan's frenzied attacks with a protective barrier. Your severed meridians are about to burst, aren't they? TSK, what a pity. Become my disciple, form a Dao partnership with my grandson, and I'll spare you. Xiao Yan spat right in his face, glaring murderously. Now truly enraged, Zhang Feng drew his sword and prepared to strike her down, when a blade intercepted his attack. Wang Lin had arrived. He effortlessly blocked the blow, his expression calm but cold. Picking on the weak, Zhang Feng? At your age, behaving like a rabid dog, how disgraceful. Xiao Yan's eyes lit up, her heart swelling with relief. Master. But Wang Lin scowled at her. You. I'll deal with you later. Zhang Feng scoffed. Well. And here I was wondering who dared meddle, turns out it's Qinglan Sect's biggest joke. The man dragging down the average cultivation level of our elders, Wang Lin. Wang Lin smiled faintly. So what? Your junior tried to harm my disciple. Don't you think you owe me an explanation? Xiao Yan's face lit up with joy as she saw her master arrive. Master's still so protective. So cool. Zhang Feng snorted coldly. Cultivation is survival of the fittest. You're just a measly nascent soul cultivator, and you dare demand an explanation from me? Aren't you afraid I'll kill you on the spot? Zhang Ao, hiding behind his grandfather, grinned and cheered him on. That's right. The strong should crush the weak. What's there to hesitate for, Grandpa? Anren's killing intent flared again. This brat actually wants to kill my senior brother? Old man, don't you dare stop me this time. I'm going to send him flying. The Sect Master quickly stepped between them, trying to calm the situation. Nephew, senior sister, big sis, the kid doesn't know any better. He's just talking nonsense. Let Wang Lin handle disciplining him. Anren growled, not backing down. My senior brother's only at nascent soul stage. How is he supposed to discipline anyone in this situation? The Sect Master let out a long sigh. Let me explain it like this. A core formation cultivator is called true person, a nascent soul cultivator is true monarch, and a deity transformation cultivator is venerable. You just advanced to deity transformation. Have you decided on your honorific title yet? Anren frowned. The title Golden Crow. What of it? The Sect Master nodded. A title isn't just a name, it reflects a cultivator's realm and path. Do you know what title the previous Sect Master, your master, once prepared for Wang Lin? Anren's expression shifted. What? All laws. Anren's eyes widened. My senior brother was entrusted with a title of that level? Meanwhile, Zhang Feng sneered at Wang Lin. I've already set a formation around us. No one outside will sense a thing. Today's the day I eradicate this Qinglan Sect disgrace. But before he could finish, Wang Lin suddenly shot forward and sent him flying with a single clean strike. Don't you know? Villains always die from talking too much. Zhang Feng steadied himself and raged. You dare ambush me? Unforgivable. Looks like I'll have to use my ultimate technique. As he gathered his power, Wang Lin smirked. Your so-called ultimate move, you mean this one? With a casual swipe, Wang Lin effortlessly deflected the powerful technique aimed at him. The two forces clashed, releasing a violent shockwave that sent dust and debris flying, forcing Anren and the Sect Master to brace themselves against the blast. When the smoke cleared, the two men stood facing each other, but to everyone's shock, Zhang Feng's sword had snapped clean in half. Zhang Feng's face paled in disbelief. That's the signature sword technique of my Jade Sword Peak. Where did you learn it? Wang Lin grinned, shaking his hand with a wince. Ha, hurts a little. What's so hard about it? I just picked it up by watching. Zhang Feng's face contorted in rage. You dare steal my Peak's signature technique? I won't let you leave here alive. Taste this, second form of the Eight Sufferings Sword, Resentment Severance. He launched a furious barrage, controlling the broken shards of his sword as deadly projectiles aimed at Wang Lin. But Wang Lin raised a single finger, and with a flick, completely shattered the technique into harmless fragments. Zhang Feng staggered, horror on his face. What kind of demonic technique are you using? Wang Lin snorted. With flaws that obvious, how could anyone not notice them? Zhang Feng's voice trembled, shouting loud enough for all to hear. Impossible. You're a genius. How could someone like you be stuck at Nascent Soul for so long? You've been deceiving us all. Anren stepped forward, her voice heavy with guilt. Yes. Senior brother remained stuck at Nascent Soul all these years, because of me. The Sect Master sighed again, his tone carrying a hidden weight. And that, Anren, is the origin of the title All Laws. Wang Lin stood firm, his expression cold. He can see through the very flow of spiritual energy. To him, there are no secret techniques, no hidden trump cards. What is seen is what is learned, hence, the origin of emptiness and mastery over all methods. Realizing he was completely outmatched, Zhang Feng fell to his knees and began to beg for mercy. Wang Lin narrowed his eyes. Still struggling on your deathbed? Zhang Feng clenched his teeth, but he knew he was defeated. Wang Lin waved a hand. Relax. You're still an elder of the Azure Cloud Sect. I won't kill you today. Then he turned his cold gaze to Zhang Ao, who trembled and cried out desperately. Grandfather! Save me! But Zhang Feng hesitated, paralyzed with fear. Without mercy, Wang Lin stepped forward, grabbed Zhang Ao by the throat, and with a single brutal strike, ended his life. Letting the lifeless body drop, Wang Lin looked back at Zhang Feng. I'll spare your life for now. But remember, when my disciple grows up, she'll come for it herself. He glanced at Xiaoyan, who had collapsed to the ground, her body trembling. My good disciple, you held on for so long. You've suffered enough. He gently picked her up and started to leave. Inwardly, however, Zhang Feng gritted his teeth. Damn beast. Just wait. When I summon the Zhang family's protector, I'll tear you to pieces. But before he could finish the thought, a hand clamped down on his head. Anren appeared behind him, her voice laced with killing intent. Still daring to scheme against my senior brother? You're begging for a beating. And with that, she began viciously thrashing Zhang Feng, each hit echoing through the forest. Even from a distance, Wang Lin heard the commotion and turned his head briefly. The system quickly pulled his attention back. Hey! Look at your disciple, she's about to die. Wang Lin quickly laid Xiao Yan down and examined her condition. Her meridians are completely shattered, her spiritual energy depleted. If her body were a world, her dantian would be like the age of Dharma decline. The system asked slyly. So you're going to abandon her now that she's outlived her usefulness? Wang Lin sighed, a trace of melancholy in his voice. She saved my disciple. I plan to cripple her dantian. Even if she loses her immortal fate, it's better than her soul being scattered. The system was taken aback, then gleefully celebrated, fireworks going off in its interface. Wow, I didn't expect you to actually have a heart. Still, Wang Lin's expression was gloomy. The system spun the reward wheel and a new reward landed in his lap. Wang Lin muttered, Well, I'm happy about the reward, but just thinking that even that fool girl could reach deity transformation makes me feel like eating crap. The system grumbled. Keep running your mouth and you'll be eating at this girl's funeral feast. Ignoring it, Wang Lin placed a hand on Xiao Yan's chest. Heaven moves ceaselessly, the seasons cycle, day and night rise and fall without end. I'll guide the overflowing spiritual energy within her to mend what's broken, creating a cycle. This is the way of heaven's perseverance, and the virtue of constant self-improvement. Elsewhere, carrying Zhang Ao's corpse, Zhang Feng stumbled into a dark cave deep in the mountains. Before a sealed chamber, he shouted, Ancestor! Please come out of seclusion. A cold voice echoed from within. What is it? Zhang Feng, his face still bruised, pointed to his wounds. Ancestor! They humiliated me, beat me like a dog. And they even killed your most beloved great-grandson. A terrifying pressure filled the air as the ancestor's voice rumbled out. Useless trash. You've shamed our immortal cultivator clan. A few juniors and you couldn't handle them? Zhang Feng bowed low. Please, ancestor, send 10 Zhang family elites to the sect. Cripple them at the entrance competition. The ancestor growled. And Wang Lin, and that Anren, that shameless adulterous pair, they must die. His killing intent surged, shaking the cavern walls. The Azure Cloud sect may look like a righteous sect, but it still belongs to the 8 great families. I'll personally take Wang Lin's life. A few days later, the Sect Master summoned Wang Lin for a meeting. The moment Wang Lin heard what was said, his face darkened and he shouted. What do you mean the introductory competition's been moved up? What do you mean it's happening in 3 days? The Sect Master gave an awkward smile. There's no helping it. They're one of the 8 great cultivation families. It's out of our hands. Furious, Wang Lin grabbed his sword. Those bastards! Looks like they're all itching to die. The Sect Master quickly stepped in to calm him down. Forget it, big brother. Let it go. You pushed Zhang Feng too hard last time. Even a cornered rabbit bites back, let alone an old cultivation clan. Wang Lin's expression darkened further. And now they've even specifically named my 2 disciples to participate? Unbeknownst to them, Xiao Yan was secretly eavesdropping nearby, frowning in thought. Is this the butterfly effect at work? In my past life, Master once said that during the first sect competition, Senior Sister was badly injured, Poverty Peak scored 0 points, and Master was humiliated by the other elders. These cultivation clans, they're nothing but trouble. Even the demonic sect's invasion and Master's death had their hands behind it. This time, I'll change everything. Reviving Poverty Peak's glory is my duty. Later that day, Kong Yuyun was crouched on the ground, watching ants march in a line with childlike fascination. Suddenly, she sneezed and rubbed her nose. Huh! Is someone talking about me? A while after, Xiao Yan dragged Kong Yuyun to a place behind Qinglan Mountain's back waterfall. Xiao Yan grinned. In the world of cultivation, the rich rely on money, and the poor rely on miracles. If we want a loser's comeback in 3 days, well, based on my years of reading novels, there's bound to be some hidden expert's secret inheritance down at the bottom of this cliff. Kong Yuyun's face turned pale. Junior sister, that's so high. I'm scared. Xiao Yan shot her a glare. Think about Master. Can you stand by and watch him lose face and cry in secret after the competition? Kong Yun mumbled. Actually, it's not that serious. But Xiao Yan didn't let her finish and directly pushed her off the waterfall. Kong Yun plunged into the water below with a splash while Xiao Yan sat on a rock, laughing to herself. Well, since Plan A failed, time to move to Plan B. A while later, she dragged the drenched Kong Yun to a cave where a strange fire blazed in the darkness. Kong Yun looked uneasy. What is that? Xiao Yan beamed. It's obviously a devouring fire. One of my distant relatives did this once and became a big shot afterward. But before Xiao Yan could shove her in, Kong Yun bolted in terror, leaving Xiao Yan sighing. Ugh, fine. Since Plan B failed too, Plan C it is. Soon after, Xiao Yan brought Kong Yun back to the waterfall and began forcing her to train. Xiao Yan shouted. Train on the coldest winter days, train on the hottest summer days. Strengthen your muscles and bones. Temper your breath. Senior sister, hold on. She also pulled out a weird-looking fruit. Heh, seems like I won't be able to swim anymore after eating this. Kong Yun looked utterly miserable, but Xiao Yan grinned and teased. Hey, I heard if you bite your wrist, you'll transform into a 100-meter-tall giant. Want to try it? At that moment, Wang Lin arrived. Xiao Yan froze, panic in her eyes. Wang Lin glared at her. Your senior sister's soul lamp was flickering like a disco ball, and you were out here trying to kill your own fellow disciple? Xiao Yan waved her hands defensively. It's not like that. I was just trying to make senior sister stronger. Kong Yun, drenched and battered, quickly spoke up. Junior sister was just using some creative cultivation methods. Wang Lin raised a brow. And? Any effect? Kong Yun scratched her head. Not very noticeable. Wang Lin shot a sharp glare at Xiao Yan. The path of cultivation isn't about immediate gains and losses, it's about perseverance. Xiao Yan grumbled. I don't need you to lecture me. The three of them finally sat down to rest. Wang Lin spoke softly. Even though today's attempts didn't show results, they're valuable experiences. Learn from them. Kong Yun said nervously. But junior sister said she was afraid of embarrassing you in 3 days. Xiao Yan instantly snapped. Stupid senior sister, shut up. I don't care about him at all. Wang Lin frowned. Don't speak to your senior sister like that. Wait, you eavesdropped on my conversation with the Sect Master, didn't you? He sighed. There's no need to be so worried about the competition. It's just a chance to showcase yourselves. Winning or losing doesn't matter. Kong Yun blinked, confused. So, we're just there to participate.